that we made in the first 5 videos last night. As you can see, like I said, it's almost to a cake. It's just chunky, kind of caked up. If you can see there what it looks like. Best way to do it is just dampen your hand just a little bit where it won't stick to your hands, and just break all this apart. It's a far cry from the soupy looking stuff we had last night. This bait's ready now. It sat last night. This is probably a 24-hour, which that's fine. One thing to always remember, dampen your fingertips a little bit when you're messing with this stuff, and that way it won't stick to your hand. I don't know what it'll take to pack this as far as the times on it right now. I'm going to just pack it just a few times and we'll see. I brought some sugar pops and I've got a rig, and I'm going to show you basically what it would be like to put it on the hook and throw it out. If you're watching, I'm just going to throw it in the water and it'll give you an idea of how this stuff breaks. If it's bubbling, it's breaking. I'll promise you, if you see bubbles, it will break. That's not on the sugar pop's not in that or nothing right now. That bait's breaking fine, especially if it's in shallow water. I only packed it probably 12-15 times. It's actually breaking a little bit fast, but you know, that's why I test them. And when I get to the lake, I'll always test one and see. That water in that tub is what I figured would be close to the temperature of the lake is right now, just by feel. I didn't check the temperature of it. But as you can see, that just breaks apart, leaves a nice pile. I'm going to show you basically how to bait these things. I put the sugar pop sort of on the tip like that. This is this is just a cinnamon sugar pop. The other one's a plain one. I sort of turn it on there and twist it a little bit. So, then when you bait these things, you can put. Some people put them both in one like that. You can put both hooks in it. Pack it around there like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And that's what I meant by counting the packs. And then I just sort of firm it up a little bit. And that right there will pack. That'll sling a mile. You don't think it will, but that's pretty tight. And this will be what it reacts like in the water. There's the sinker and the bead. I didn't put that on. But now if you watch, it's the same thing. It'll bubble. A lot of people, when they test the dough ball at the lake, they'll actually put a sugar pop in a dough ball and watch for it to come out. But that's what it'll be like on the bottom of the lake. If you got your dough balls doctored up and fixed right, your bait will stick to it better. Sometimes people want them to float out and some don't. Just keep watching that and you'll see how it does. I'm going to throw another one in there beside it with no hook in it, just a sugar pop. And that way, if you was on the creek bank or river bank or in the lake, you can, and the water's too dark to see, at least you'll be able to see the sugar pop out and float to the surface. You hear a lot about millet. This is a ball of millet bait that I made actually about 2 weeks ago. But millet will keep a long time if you keep it dry. I'm going to just put the sugar pop in there and sort of give you a test. This feels like it needs some more syrup in it because you can just go with feel. I actually believe this will break a little fast. And if the cameraman look at that hook there, it popped out of the bait and it'll hover around it. That's what a lot of people want. Personally, I like mine to stay down in it. Those pops and the rig I've got right now aren't fixed for them to stay down. This is just to show you how the bait's reacting in water and what the hooks are doing. The millet bait, like I say, as long as you see it bubbling, it's getting air's coming out and it is dissolving and breaking. I packed the millet one pretty tight, but that's fine. Actually, if it breaks within 5 minutes, you're safe. I just like to go for a 1 to 2 minute break time. It leaves a nice pile. As you notice, the millet just keeps spreading out and dissolving out. When the sugar pop comes up, if you're on the dam or on the riverbank or whatever, and you'll see it pop up and it'll float to the surface. Bam! Then you'll know your bait's broke. That's just a way to test it when you're at bankside. And you check your timing, you check your braking, and seeing how fast it is breaking. You can always adjust it by how hard you pack this bait and how many times you pack this bait. Always dampen just your fingertips slightly. Now, if you'll notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's just 10 light packs. That's going to break too fast, because the time it gets to the bottom, say in 12 foot of water, you're tightening your line up, you're getting the slack out of your line, you're putting your line markers on, and all that's going on right now. It's actually breaking too fast. That would tell you the 10 pack. You know, if I was fishing with Mike or Josh, I'd say, when I went by and tested these, I'd say the red rice, pack it 20 times firm, pack 20 firm times. See, it's fairly much done dissolved now. 3, 4, 5. This sounds crazy to a lot of guys, but most paylakers know this, and they can adjust their grits. Especially your grit baits will dry out a lot of times. Some recipes your grits will dry out, and you have to really pack them harder as the night goes on. It's good to always test your bait as the night goes on. Humidity will affect it, the heat, the temperature of the water. Colder water, naturally your bait won't break as fast as it will in warmer water. If it comes up a thunderstorm and rains and moisture gets in the bait, it might make it tighten up a little bit, make it put more moisture in it, and then you might have to not pack it 20 times, go back to 10 or 12. It does make a difference on how many times you pack it and how hard you pack it. That's just a quick way to adjust your bait while you're fishing. If you will, look the camera in the bait again. That last rice ball I made right here, you see it's still pretty much balled up. That's going to break slow, but all a fish has got to do is touch that one time, and bam, it'll go every which way. Your millet, it's laid in there pretty good. One pull of that, look at the fog comes up, that's good. These baits are ready to go. I don't see a thing in the world wrong with them. Now, with the rice, the grits, soybean are all summertime baits, and if anybody'd like to, I'll do a grit bait and soybean meal or road or something. And again, I appreciate you looking at these. I enjoyed doing them.